You know, when you think of Dolly Parton, your mind probably goes right to the big hair, the sparkly rhinestones, and that one-of-a-kind voice. But behind that incredible image, there's a master songwriter, a totally brilliant entrepreneur, and honestly, a world-changing philanthropist. So let's get into it, let's peel back the layers, and find the story of the real Dolly Parton. Okay, so to really get who she is, you have to hear this one story. One time, she heard about a Dolly Parton lookalike contest going on in a bar in LA, and on a whim, she just decided to go for it. She piled on even more makeup, teased her hair up even bigger, and just walked right in, not telling a soul who she really was. And she lost. Yep, not only did she lose, she didn't even come close. The actual, real-life Dolly Parton lost a Dolly Parton lookalike contest. But the best part? Oh, the best part is how she reacted. It is pure Dolly. And that right there, that one little story tells you almost everything you need to know. It shows you her humility, her incredible sense of humor, and just this amazing ability to not take herself too seriously. It's the perfect way to start understanding the person behind the persona. Because at her very core, more than the movie star, more than the theme park mogul, Dolly Parton is a songwriter, first and foremost. And we're not just talking about any songwriter. We're talking about one of the greatest of all time. And if you want to understand her genius, just think about this for a second. Consider two of the most legendary, most heartbreaking, and just most powerful songs in the entire history of country music. Get this, she wrote both Jolene and I Will Always Love You on the exact same day. I mean, most artists would feel lucky to have one song like that in their entire career. Dolly, she knocked out two of them in just a few hours. Incredible. And that was no fluke, let me tell you. That kind of creativity is backed up by an unbelievable work ethic. She's written over 3,000 songs. Think about that. It's a staggering catalog, and it just shows this lifelong, deep dedication to her craft. And this quote, well, it really says it all, doesn't it? The glamour, the fame, all of that stuff is secondary. For Dolly, the song is everything. It's how she sees herself, and it's the foundation for literally everything else she's ever built. But here's the thing, that artistic genius isn't just about being creative. It's also about knowing what your work is worth. And the story of I Will Always Love You and a certain king of rock and roll, well, that's the perfect example. So Elvis Presley, he loved the song. He wanted to record it, and that would have been a massive, massive honor. But there was a catch. His manager, the famous Colonel Tom Parker, demanded 50% of the publishing rights. For Dolly, who was a young artist at the time, this was just an agonizing choice. Turning down Elvis? Almost unthinkable. But giving away half of her creation? That was a price she just wasn't willing to pay. And so she said no. It was a move that was unbelievably brave and, as it turns out, financially brilliant. And there's this really beautiful, kind of heartbreaking final chapter to that story. Years later, Priscilla Presley told Dolly that as she and Elvis were leaving the courthouse after their divorce, Elvis actually sang I Will Always Love You to her. He never got to record it himself, but that song still meant the world to him. Now, that one gutsy decision to hold on to her rights, it paid off in millions. especially after Whitney Houston turned that song into a global sensation. And that incredible business mind, that ability to see the long-term value in her art, it didn't just stop with one song. Oh no, it became the foundation for a genuine empire, taking her all the way from a one-room cabin to a worldwide brand. So, where did that all lead? Well, today, her estimated net worth is over $650 million. And that wasn't luck. It was the result of decades of smart choices and branching out into all kinds of businesses.
I mean, just look at this list. It's wild. We're not just talking music and movies here. We're talking theme parks, resorts, beauty lines, pet products, even cake mixes and wine. And every single one is filled with her unique brand of authenticity and charm. She's built a brand that people really, truly trust and love. Let's just zoom in on Dollywood for a second, her flagship theme park, to see how this empire really builds up a community. It's so much more than an amusement park. It's the economic engine of her hometown, employing thousands of people and bringing so much joy to millions of visitors every single year.
So you have to ask, right? Why build this massive empire? What's the real driving force behind all that ambition? Well, for Dolly, it seems like the ultimate goal of making all that money was so that she could give it away. And there's one cause that stands above all the rest. The inspiration behind her most famous charity, the Imagination Library, is just so deeply personal. You see, Dolly's own father, who she described as one of the smartest people she ever knew, never had the chance to learn how to read or write. So she created this entire program in his honor to make sure other kids had the chance that he never got. And let me tell you, what started as a small local program back in 1995 has just absolutely exploded. It's become a global phenomenon. Just look at this growth, from her home county to the entire US, and then spreading all across the world. It's such a testament to a simple, powerful idea that's been driven by pure passion. The